Hi everyone, welcome to 6th grade back to school night for 2019 and 2020. I'm Miss Mason, I'm one of the 6th grade teachers here, and we are going to go through a slideshow for you to help kind of see what we do in 6th grade and what to prepare your child for. Maybe.
Can we cut and pause?
Okay, so here's a slide about my summer. Here's some pictures. In the upper right-hand corner, you'll see my daughter. She's 16. Her name's Olivia. She just got her learner's permit. The top is my husband. That's me being crazy and wild like I am in all these pictures. My son's on the bottom sitting on some suitcases. We traveled to England and Greece this summer, so there's lots of blue water in these pictures this summer. And then if you see on the left-hand side, I actually went to the real Hogwarts in England, so I'm pretty stoked about that.
Hello, I'm Miss Lazard, and my pictures are all about family. I've been married to my best friend, and that's our picture there. We went to Barbados this summer, and we've been married for going on 24 years, and we have 3 children. Amber, Jade, and Nate Jr., and that's them up at the top. The middle child, Jade, she just graduated from the University of Florida this summer. And Amber in the orange is married to DeAndre. And my son, Nate, he is a junior at Tuskegee University. My husband is retired Navy, so we've lived in 3 different states. We've moved several times, and family is very important to me, and I hope the students in my class, they feel the same way, that they are part of my school family.
Hi, I'm Mr. Donnelly, and I teach 6th grade. And so here are some pictures of my family. This is my son last year on his first day of kindergarten in the middle. Then there's a little portrait we had done with Vegeta from Dragon Ball Z that my wife and children are currently obsessed with. A picture of both my kids there on the left, and on the bottom you can see that I really like Miss Lazard's ideas, so when she put the Bitmoji of her at the spa, I decided to get that one as well and put it on my slide because I thought it was pretty cool.
All right, everybody, my name is Mr. Diarcole. This will be my first year teaching and my second year at Monarch. I was a TA here last year. I'm sure a couple of your children probably already know me. So to go through some of my pictures, these are my 2 twin brothers there in the top left. And then there's me with my girlfriend. Huge baseball fan, huge Yankee fan. So I have a picture of me playing baseball from a very long time ago. And then I have a picture of me with my special ed team that I worked with last year. Another picture of me with my family, and me and my cousins there.
Okay, so if you want more information about any of us or about the structure of our grade level, we're a little bit different here and not quite like a traditional middle school, then you can go on either one of our websites. So me and Mr. Diarcole have a website together, so you can find out stuff there. Ms. Lazard has her website. It should all look very similar. Something we wanted to explain to you right off the bat is that there's 5 things you need to have your student bring home in the first week of school for you to sign. So you can see there on the slides those 5 things. It's really important that you're looking for those things because we need to have them signed by you as soon as possible. Okay, so here's our office hours. Here's the telephone number for the school. There's our email addresses. If you have been a parent here before, you'll notice that we have 2 emails that you can contact us. One is listed here on the website, which is monarchcharter.org, so it's our last name, first initial. The second one is through Parent Connect, and that has an Anne Arundel County symbol at the end. It says aacps.org, so you can contact us through either one of those.
All right, so it looks like the video is going to be in the way of the little Bitmoji. Says my bad. The course materials. You might have looked on the website and seen a different looking supply list. Or up here in the top left, you'll see a supply that looks similar to what's posted on the Monarch website, but that's actually incorrect. I'm not sure what happened but it has the wrong one, so I put my bad, right? So what's different is that the students actually are going to need a 5-subject notebook for math, 6 single-subject notebooks for their ELA and social studies course that me and Mr. Diercole will be teaching, and math will be being taught by Ms. Lazard and Ms. Mason, along with science. Scissors, we will actually be collecting these as a community supply, and then we'll have some community supplies down here. Importantly, things like pencils, tissues, those are some pretty critical supplies that we'll be needing throughout the year. If you could make sure you try and get those in as soon as possible. We'll also have some paper copies of the list for you as well, and I believe Mr. McDowell sent out an email with the updated supply list. Course structure. All right, the course is basically, we're going to have literacy instruction is going to be the core of all of our instruction, especially in social studies. Those are going to be integrated completely together between me and Mr. Diercole. Then you're going to have kind of math and science separated out, and math is going to follow the more traditional Anne Arundel County unit structure, with science being another part of that segment of the day for students. That will be taught by either Ms. Mason or Ms. Lazard, depending on which team your child is in. We'll be looking a lot at research, writing projects, reading strategies. We'll have guided reading, small group instruction, one-on-one instruction, using the structures called interactive read-alouds and explicit comprehension lessons to really build most of our lessons. We'll have direct science and social studies instruction integrated in with that. So instead of doing an explicit comprehension lesson on reading comprehension from some random book, we'll be picking a book that covers the social studies content, like that, right? There'll be a lot of hands-on activities, facilitate involvement in learning, especially in math and science. We'll have some field trips organized as well. More information will be coming about those as we get them booked and scheduled throughout the year.
So as you know, we are a one-to-one device, and students will use, our teachers, we all use Google Classroom. It will contain links for the assignments, and anything that needs to happen from class will be in Google Classroom. Each teacher will provide their own sign-up, so the students will log into that during class. We have a wide variety of databases that we use for research. This will work hand in hand with the Media Center with Ms. Haas. And the link that you see here will be posted in our Google Classroom as a resource for students to use the catalog for resources. So they will kind of have structure on where they're supposed to go find things to research. This is what the Google Classroom looks like. Each class will have the teacher's name, and they'll have the name of the class that the student should be in. So I know in my class, I require my students to look at Google Classroom every day. In case there's some assignments missing, we will learn how to do that in class. As far as the device policy goes, Matt's going to do that.
All right, so devices are a huge part of what we do here at Monarch. Your kids will be on them every day. We're going to hand out to your students, to your kids, a student device contract that will kind of fully explain all of our rules and guidelines that go with the devices. But we expect them to have devices daily with headphones. The device will be fully charged for first period. The device will be in functioning order, and the device will be used responsibly. That's probably the most important thing. We just want to make sure the students are following the lessons we do, staying off non-educational websites for any reasons, and obviously there's to be no phones. That goes along with the whole device contract. So I just want to go through a couple of the infractions here, a couple of the consequences. For the first infraction, we're going to have a verbal reminder, and we will contact you guys to just let you know. The second infraction will be a 500-word handwritten essay, a reflection on what they did wrong. The third infraction will be the same thing, just 750 words. Fourth infraction, we'll try to schedule a conference with you guys to kind of discuss the issue a little bit more completely. And then finally, the fifth infraction, we'll have a referral to develop a behavior plan. Hopefully we don't have to get to that point, but I just want to let you guys know.
All right, so a bit our units. This year we're going to have 6 units throughout the year. We're going to start off with who we are, and that's going to be a study into evolution, fossils, early culture of humans, and geography. The students will be studying what are called hominid groups, and then at the end of that they'll be creating a documentary to explain their hominid group and whether or not that hominid group was human. That'll be an opinion writing piece they'll be doing. How we organize ourselves will also focus in on opinion writing, but this time we'll be looking at ancient civilizations and the different ways that those civilizations were formed, and they'll be kind of making that their own judgments of those civilizations, whether or not they were good or bad or whatever, and writing an opinion piece that they'll create a website out of. Next, we'll move into how the world works with Earth systems. Also, we're going to be adding in economics and economic systems and looking at feudalism within this unit. And students will be writing a book, an informational book about a topic within one of those choices that we have. The next unit we have is called Sharing the Planet. I'm going to kind of jump ahead here. That's going to be your primary year's program exhibition. Those dates are specifically from about the 17th of January to the 26th of March. And I'm not sure, you can't see the time on here with my face in the way, but it's going to the March 26th from 5 to 8 p.m. So put that on your calendars now. March 26th from 5 to 8 p.m. is going to be our exhibition night. I have specific dates for the rest of the summative presentations. They'll all be in the morning time. So if you're interested in those for each unit before that, just let me know and we can get you that information. So that'll be the Sharing the Planet unit. Will be our exhibition. It's the longest unit of the year. It's about 45 days. Then we go back to the shorter units with Where We Are in Place and Time, where we're going to study ask the different space explorers and discoveries with our Earth and space and planets. We're going to look at civilizations in the Americas along with culture and religion. Finally, we'll end with how we express ourselves, looking at ancient Greece and Rome, and the students will be writing a myth there.
Okay. As far as volunteering, we really appreciate our volunteers. Anne Arundel County requires that all volunteers have a complete background check and watch a training video before they can chaperone or volunteer at the school. So if you are considering being a volunteer, we'd like you to follow this link that's below, the background check how to. That takes you to the Anne Arundel County website, and there you will click on families. It's very important that you all do that. And if you think you've already done it last year, go back and check or call the front office and ask them if your volunteering credentials are still in effect. We really appreciate your help. As for our schedule, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday, you see our schedule here. They will typically be the same with cultural arts and the students going to cultural arts from 7:30 to 9:28, and then there will be a block 1, which they will be with their first teacher. They'll take lunch, we'll have our recess time, and then they will transition to the next teacher. Wednesdays are slightly different. As you can see, that's when our early release days happen. And we'll go over this schedule with the students very carefully so no one gets lost.
Alrighty, this slide is going to be fairly quick because if you want more information about it, you can go to the websites that we provided for you at the beginning of this presentation. Of course, there will be assignments in all of the classes. Late assignments have to be submitted within 5 school days, and you can get a paper. A paper will be coming home with this information on it with your student. The grading policy, we also have a paper coming home that explains our grading policy in more detail. We don't really need to talk about that now. If you have specific questions, then you can ask us.